Hello, good evening and welcome to Joy News Prime. Welcome to you live from our studios here at Kokomlemle. We're live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 125 and around the world on myjoyonline.com. My name is Faustina Safo. Tonight on Joy News Prime, we'll take you to parts of the country. We'll start from Clocksack, but we'll also look at shocking revelations emerging from Parliament as a government audit uncovers 8.7 billion cedis in suspicious claims, with more than 30 billion cedis rejected due to falsified records and fraudulent documents. Also tonight, Labour Minister urges striking Clocksack to remain flexible ahead of Wednesday's meeting with the National Labour Commission to discuss their conditions of service. Also coming up, the minority in Parliament warns of massive job losses if government goes ahead to implement the new sliding scale mineral royalties barely 24 hours after the airline matured into law. Also tonight, Ghana Water Limited says aging infrastructure, erratic weather and rapid population growth are crippling water supply in the northern region following the latest Joy News Hotline documentary, Thirst in the North. Thanks for choosing us. Tonight, shocking revelations rock Parliament as the government exposed ministries, departments and agencies involved in a 68.7 billion cedis fraudulent arrears claim. The claims included payment for Agenda 111, teacher training allowances and the 2024 dry spell intervention. The Finance Ministry has vowed to conduct a full forensic audit of the One District, One Factory initiative after 10.5 billion cedis were traced to a buffer account with no records. Deputy Finance Minister Thomas Ampem-Nyakong revealed that more than 30 billion cedis of the claims were rejected due to falsified records and fraudulent documents. James Aveji reports from Parliament.
The Finance Ministry's special audit report on the 68.7 billion cedis arrears and payables raised following the previous government exit from office is in fulfillment of the government promise during the 2026 budget statement. Briefing Parliament on the findings of the report, Deputy Finance Minister Thomas Ampem-Nyakong revealed that although 35 billion cedis was validated, the rest were rejected for falsified records, fraudulent documents, among others.
A total of 8.1 billion Ghana cedis was rejected for various reasons, including unsupported documentation, duplication, overstatement, already paid items, falsified stores receipt advice, and no work done. About 1 billion Ghana cedis of the outstanding BTAs, which refers to invoices and IPCs processed by MDAs in 2024, approved by Ministry of Finance, submitted to Controller and Accountant General's Department, and pending payment were rejected. It refers to requests by MDAs for payments to suppliers and contractors and certified for payment by various public officers across the approval hierarchies have also been rejected. They were rejected for various reasons, including absence of supporting documents, duplications, recycled invoices and IPCs, overstatements, and no work done.
The report also revealed that an 89 billion cedis interest claim under the NPP government flagship One District, One Factory initiative was flagged for double payment.
When auditors contacted these 5 banks to confirm the liability, every single one of them denied being owed any amount by government under the said arrangement. According to the auditors, the said 89.4 million Ghana cedis debt was fictitious. Without the audit intervention, a whopping 89.4 million Ghana cedis of hard-earned public money could have been disbursed to settle this non-existent liability.
You will also recall that in 2025, the previous government executed a project to purchase grains for farmers during the dry spell in the north. The report says that initiative did not only underdeliver, but the bank accounts holding some 10 million Ghana cedis buffer money cannot be traced.
The government of Ghana paid for 34,000 metric tons of rice to address the impact of the dry spell. However, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture received and distributed 24,000 metric tons of rice. To date, 10,000 metric tons of rice remains unaccounted for, even though the entire quantity has been fully paid for. Right, Honorable Speaker, payment of 10.5 million Ghana cedis was recorded as having been made into an account named the buffer account at a commercial bank. Upon verification, the bank confirmed that it had never received such payment. The account number cited did not exist within the bank's records and did not even conform to its account numbering format.
Other highlights include the 4.4 billion Ghana cedis fortified store receipts from the various MMDAs and 9.4 million cedis, including a Ministry of Defense contract for the procurement of some border patrol vehicles which were never delivered. On the Agenda 111 project, Thomas Ampimnyako says the Auditor General will surcharge some 34 companies for wrongfully receiving $7.9 million under the initiative. Here is the minority and majority's position on what Parliament should do with the report.
We need the Public Account Committee to go into this matter. And Mr. Speaker, nobody should attempt to invite you to set up a certain ad hoc committee. We have our own regular committees that have been established, and there is no exceptional situation.
I can understand why you are protesting that a special committee should not be set up, that it should be referred to the Public Accounts Committee. Mr. Speaker, we will not accept that because your side chairs the Public Accounts Committee. We will not accept that. We will not accept that. It's a special audit.
But the Finance Ministry has in another leg referred the report to the Auditor General for advice. James Savaji, Parliament House, Accra.
Well, let's explore this further. Join us now is Edem Senanu. He's an anti-corruption campaigner. We appreciate your time here on Joy News Prime. We're just hearing from government 30 billion cedis, in fact, that the state would have paid to individuals who falsified records. How do we check this systemic failure moving forward?
Well, clearly it's about how we punish those who've been found in this instance to have, been part of the process of trying to dupe the nation. If you set the right kind of precedents, then people are not likely to want to repeat these kinds of things. Also, it means that the monitoring level of looking at contracts and payments especially needs to be enhanced. You need to have many more people looking at the contract vis-a-vis the payments, the service vis-a-vis what value is being provided before you do a final payment. In instances where nothing has been done and yet money is being paid, it just tells you that whatever certification is required, what kind of evidence that the work has been complete, has not been actually, as it were, received before they are making the payments. So some heads ought to roll, and then the level of monitoring of value provided versus payment needs to be enhanced.
It took monitoring for the ministry to even spot this, but clearly there are loopholes. How can we ensure we fix those loopholes so that we don't have individuals exploiting it in future?
The question is, what triggers the payment? If you ensure or you insist that payments for certain types of services can only be made on the back of the provision of, let's say, a signed certificate that this work has been done. So it's not just the service provider brings an invoice and you make the payment. Some third party must do the inspection saying that this work has been done, this product has been received, and then sign on to it so that that person becomes the so-called guarantor or a mediating party to guarantee that service of the value that we are paying for as a nation has actually happened. If we just make payments once service providers provide invoices, then we are going to continue having the same thing. So you need something that triggers the payment, which is evidential, something that is clear that the service has been provided, it is complete, it is of the value, and then you make payment.
Well, the majority, they're pushing for a special ad hoc committee to be created to probe some of these discrepancies. Like clearly said, heads must roll. But it appears that the minority is pushing against that. They wanted to go to the internal public accounts committee. Your thoughts on how that should proceed moving forward?
Well, if the ad hoc committee will get to the point to actually ensure that punitive action is taken, I would rather go for an ad hoc committee. I mean, it's no use doing the same thing the same way and not getting any result. Clearly, we need much more radical results and radical efforts and initiatives than we have done in the past. So if you give me an option between the two, I'll say whichever one will ensure that we get to the point of punishing people, making sure that they are held accountable. That is the way to go, because part of the problem is that the impunity continues unabated because persons feel that there will be no sanctions at the end of the day.
Thank you so much, Edem Senano. Still in Parliament, Baba Jamal Ahmed is back in Parliament, now representing the people of Ayawasu East. His return followed months of controversy over alleged vote buying during the NDC primaries. The party committee cleared him to contest, and he went on to win that seat with 63% of the vote cast. The swearing in Parliament took place this afternoon. My colleague James Aveji reports.
Members we refer to here as I shall return. So he's used to the drill.
It was a long journey back to Parliament for Baba Jamal after winning the Ayawasu East by-election. His road to victory, however, was not without controversy. The NDC had cited him and other candidates in the primaries for alleged vote buying, leading to his recall from Nigeria, where he served as a high commissioner. A party committee investigated the allegations but eventually cleared him to contest, citing time constraints and the legal challenges that could arise if the primary results were cancelled. He went on to win the by-election decisively, securing 63% of the votes. Even before taking his oath of office, the controversies lingered in Parliament.
Your winning this by-election has also triggered urgent action in this House. And so we have in this House a proposed private members bill which is meant to amend the Criminal and Other Offences Act to include conduct and acts during by-elections.
The Speaker went ahead to swear him in.
I, Baba Jamal Mohammed Ahmed,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance.
The minority criticized the majority for backtracking on the annulment of the NDC primaries.
Our colleagues in the majority are now trying to save their face, having issued a letter of vote of no confidence in him. Yes. It was signed by the 189 majority caucus. Mr. Speaker,
they selected 16,
saying that they should annul the primaries that he has won. Mr. Speaker, saying that they don't have confidence in that process. Mr. Speaker, saying that they should not even allow him again to participate in any future primaries.
Baba Jamal, who previously served as MP for Akwetia in the Eastern region from 2009 to 2013, was described by the majority as an experienced lawmaker who would help strengthen Parliament's work.
Mr. Speaker, he is not a newcomer to this chamber. He is a tried and tested hand in this chamber. A tried and tested hand. Mr. Speaker, I have no doubt that his presence in this chamber is going to fortify the capacity of the majority.
Baba Jamal is now back in Parliament, ready to serve his constituents. His return marks the end of a turbulent period that tested both his resolve and the party's handling of internal disputes. Supporters hope his presence will help push key legislative agenda and rebuild trust in the constituency.
While away from Parliament, let's shift attention now to energy. Aging transformers and years of underinvestment are straining Ghana's power network, leaving many communities vulnerable to outages. The Energy Ministry says electricity demand now exceeds the capacity of several transformers across the country. Government plans to procure about 1,500 new transformers to replace obsolete ones, easing the pressure and improving reliability. Minister of Energy and Green Transition, Dr. John Abdullah Jinapor, says installation will begin at the end of March, though some temporary disruptions may occur during the replacement exercise.
Because of years of underinvestment, a lot of the transformers are obsolete, they are overloaded, and they are unable to withstand pressure. And that's the truth. You can talk to the experts. That's what the current situation is. So I asked him, how many transformers do we need? He said, we need a minimum. Between NEDCO and ECG, at least we must immediately replace 1,500 transformers. I looked at your budget and said, you cannot procure all that at a go. So I've gone to lobby Minister of Finance, and it's agreed that he will support us so that we'll procure 1,500 transformers and deploy those 1,500. And I pleaded with him that it should not be a loan. Because we can't continue to have these outages, especially when tariffs are going up. People want to see reliable supply of power, uninterrupted reliable supply of power. So I want to appeal to Ghanaians that from the end of March, you're going to see a lot of injection of transformers. That would cause a little bit of disruption, but we'll announce it, we'll pre-inform you, but bear with us when we are changing the transformers.
Let's shift attention now to the Labour front. The Minister for Labour, Jobs and Employment, Rashid Pelpo, has cautioned the Civil and Local Government Staff Association of Ghana against taking entrenched positions as they prepare for Wednesday's meeting with the National Labour Commission over their conditions of service. The strike by Clocksack entered its second day today, with the union protesting persistent delays in the implementation of agreed conditions of service. In Kumasi, people seeking essential services at state departments and agencies were turned away despite looming deadlines to process critical documents. Clinton Yeboah has more in the following report.
The Controller and Accountant General's Department, including the pensions and monitoring units, offices remained shut, leaving visitors stranded and confused. Some affected individuals, including a newly graduate job seeker, fear missing critical deadlines after failing to complete required paperwork.
Last month, I pay by now, so I'm going to the new IBA. I was a staff at the normal Uboguso, register because one register and you are on some account pay slip. And a deadline here on the 15th. Because they let me buy almost system in article. And then Sambra and I'm a bedroom. I must say, I can't say I'm a cost strike. But they are having because deadline here on the 15th. To say deadline on the 15th next I'm bad next Messiah the and come pay. Miss me Juma.
I have up to 15th of this month to complete this process, else I would not receive my salary. Already, I've not received my salary for some months now. I cannot afford this time, else I would have to forfeit my salary for this month. This is a very worrying situation.
Say I am passe on one madness and
Minister for Labour, Jobs and Employment, Dr. Rashid Pelpo, said the government was ready to make some commitment and urged the striking staff not to take an entrenched position as they go into negotiation with government.
We regret that this is not taken into serious consideration, and CLOSAG, without particular enough discussions and enough consideration of the repercussion of their going on strike, decided to go on strike. So we are concerned, and we believe that the talks we are having now must go deeper than, deeper enough to quell this situation. Because we had a meeting with them, I had a meeting with their leadership. I have directed the Fair Wages to hold a meeting with them. Let them define exactly what they need. Let us also see what we can do about it. I've had discussions with the finance minister. He's ready and willing to go along with us. But I must also explain that the demand they are making is for salary structure. And this is a huge enterprise that will deal with the totality of the budget.
Away from that, commuters on the Accra-Ofankor stretch are in for a long, slow ride tonight as a fuel tanker overturned early Tuesday at Spot M, spilling fuel and sparking fears of fire. Officers from the Ghana National Fire Service and the National Disaster Management Organization have been on the scene for the past 12 hours trying to contain the spill and prevent an explosion. Stephen Mensah was earlier at the location. He filed this report. We'll bring you that story later. Away from that, the Ghana Water Limited says that aging infrastructure, erratic weather, and rapid population growth are crippling water supply in the northern region. With the dam water treatment, the Dallon water treatment plant built to actually produce 45 million gallons a day, now operating at about 35 million gallons, nearly 22% below capacity. This is far short of Tamale's estimated daily demand of 90 million gallons. Director of Public Relations at the Ghana Water Limited, Stanley Mate, tells Joy News the ongoing Tamale Water project is expected to ease pressure.
Even though Ghana has committed to the UN Sustainable Development Goal on clean water for all, nearly 4 out of every 10 rural households still rely on unsafe water, ponds, rivers, or open dams, often shared with animals.
They spend all their time at the dam or looking for water. So it means that any other activity they are supposed to be taking that is income related is suspended because you have to get the water. And the last one, he says that their children are unable to go to school most of the time because they spend time looking for water to keep them clean before they go.
This dam, built over 2 decades ago, is the only source of water for Grumo and nearby villages. It is the only dam that saw them through the harsh drought of 2005. But it has not been dredged or expanded since it was built, and now it is failing them.
During dry season, residents struggle to get water, and the only water that is left in the dam in the dry season is not something that can be used for domestic purposes.
At the chief's palace, Alhassan Musa sits with a heavy heart. His voice carries the pains of his community members. He speaks not only for water shortages, but of private struggles.
even when it comes to sex. Because when you have sex, there's no water to bath, and this is affecting their relationships.
Across northern Ghana, nearly 1 in 5 households spends more than 30 minutes just to fetch water. In the most remote areas, that journey can stretch to several hours, costing children their time, strength, and sometimes their education.
The northern region is served from the Dallon treatment plant, where we extract water from the Nawuni River, and then we treat for the people. Now, there are a lot of challenges here because the Dallon treatment plant is an old treatment plant. There was some work that was done some time ago, so with the Tamale Water Project. So then we improved on the supply to Tamale and its environs. The main challenge there is the level of the Nawuni River during the dry season. And then during the dry season, what also happens is that the people within that area win sand, alluvial sand, so they make the water very turbid. When it so happens, it affects the performance of our pumps. Sometimes they break them down and all that.
Well, let's take you back to our earlier story. Commuters on the Accra-Fanko stretch are in for a long, slow ride tonight. A fuel tanker overturned early Tuesday at Spot M, spilling fuel and sparking fears of fire. Officers from the Ghana National Fire Service and the National Disaster Management Organization have been on the scene for the past 12 hours trying to contain the spill and prevent an explosion. Steven Mensah has more in the following report.
Right behind me will be the fuel tanker, which has been here since 2 a.m. on Tuesday morning. And this has resulted in a massive gridlock on the Accra-Kumasi highway. You'll notice commuters who use the Accra-Kumasi highway will have one route moving and the other not moving. The Ghana National Fire Service has instituted security protocols to ensure the ordinary Ghanaian who ply this route are safe and to avert any impending danger.
The one from Kumasi towards Accra. And we are playing this safe because we could have lifted the bulk, but that would be too risky, because if you lift the bulk and you are not lucky and the chain is torn and it falls back, the possibility of it rupturing is there, so it will be worse. So the advice that we gave to them is to go bring in an empty tanker that you can see behind me there. Then they brought in a machine and some hoses. I also called MPA this morning and they have assisted us to make sure that we lift the product from the falling vehicle into the empty tank. So the advice I want to give to motorists is to bear with us with the operations that are going on. It's better to endure the traffic than rushing and creating problems.
The Ghana National Fire Service is, however, warning Ghanaians against visiting sites with explosive or inflammable materials.
We should discourage such things, because things of this nature, when it ruptures, the explosion is going to be massive, and the distance that is going to cover is going to be serious. So I will advise that in incidents of this nature, we should avoid getting closer. If you have a camera and you can stand far and zoom, that's fine. But to come closer, you want to have contact with the falling vehicle, that will not be the best. I will discourage that one.
The driver for the fuel tanker sustained series of injuries.
By the time I noticed the cement truck, I was already too close. If I had swerved to avoid it, I would have crashed into the Sprinter car.
The Ghana Ambulance Service was on site. This is what they had to say.
Sustained some bruises and some laceration. We have able to arrest the bleeding and dress the wound. And his glucose was a little bit low. We have given him something, so now he is stable. So we are waiting for the police report form, then we'll send him to hospital.
From the Accra-Kumasi Highway, I'm Steven Mensah for Joy News.
You're still watching Joy News Prime. We're back after this quick turn. Please stay with us. With us. Climate variability has emerged as the single most destabilizing factor in Ghana's agriculture sector. When yields are impeded by the weather, the youth shy away from venturing into agriculture. Experts say reversing agriculture's decline under climate stress requires bold national action. On climate evidence today, Kofi Dudonfre looks at reviving farming glory under climate stress.
Ghana's farming population is aging.
Unfortunately, if you check our agric population, you realize that over 80% of our farmers are people who are age 65 and above. And that's dangerous.
Executive Director of the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, Bismarck Owusu says attracting young people into agriculture remains a major hurdle. Beyond access to finance and infrastructure, climate risk looms large.
The risks of climate change and the fact that the youth are not able to appreciate and use the available technologies to at least integrate farming into their system is a big challenge that we need to address.
In Techimantia, in the Tano South municipality of the Ahafo region, farmer Nana Owusu Debright describes the harsh reality on the ground. When the rains delay, livelihoods stall.
We are, sowing our seed before the rain. So one of the major problems is about the rainfall. So as for me, I will just listen to news and listen to the broadcast before I'll come to farm. So if it will rain, definitely I know that it will rain for today.
For agronomist Dr. Michael Odenki Kwe of the Department of Agricultural Science Education at the University of Education, Winneba, climate change presents both a challenge and an untapped opportunity.
So as a climate intervention, I'm just citing voucher production, which can be an entrepreneurial opportunity for young people, okay? So the challenges are real in terms of it leading to low yields, losses on the field.
The future of Ghana's agriculture hinges not only on rainfall patterns, but on policy clarity, innovation, and the courage to reposition farming as a resilient and profitable enterprise for the next generation. For Climate Evidence, Kofi Edudomfe reporting.
This story is brought to you by Joy News in partnership with CDKN Ghana, University of Ghana Center for Climate Change and Sustainability Studies, with funding from Claire R4I Opportunities Fund.
Let's head now to the Bono East region, where for years, pupils in the Nipahiamwa region in that area have studied in weak school structures propped up by wooden pegs. The community's name itself means man need help, a cry that did not go unheard months after a Joy News report exposed their struggle. And now they finally have help. Help has arrived. Regional correspondent Anna Sabit reports.
This is a site the Nipahiamwa community once only dreamed of. A sturdy modern classroom block standing where a dilapidated structure once posed a daily danger to young learners. Less than a year ago, we brought you the story of the Nipahiamwa DA Basic School. The images were stark, a nearly falling structure, propped up by wooden pegs struggling to hold up hope. With just 3 cramped spaces struggling to accommodate kindergarten through to primary 6, teaching and learning were a constant battle. Eduya Da Costa is the headmaster here.
Even sometimes when you come to school and teachers don't even like staying in the classroom because of the nature of the classroom. When the rain is coming, you have to move.
That cry for help, broadcast on Joy News, did not fall on deaf ears. In November 2025, the Nkrasa North District Assembly answered the call, cutting the sod for a new 3-unit classroom block and a modern 6-seater toilet facility. District Chief Executive Efa Patrick described the move as transformative and timely.
The sod was cut for within the 9th of November last year, and this time around we promised them of building the primary school for them within 8 months. But the contractors intimated that they are going to build it within 3 months. The promise has come to its reality, and today we are just commissioning and handing over the facility to them.
The new block is more than just concrete and paint. For Headmaster Eduya Da Costa, it is a powerful tool for the future.
And now, we are grateful to the President, we are grateful to the DC for helping us. You are also involved because you have been helping. Now teachers will come and stay. When they come and they have a place to teach, teaching and learning will be improved.
The joy is shared by the entire community. The chiefs and elders, Nananom, whose forebears named this place Nipa Nyamwa, literally meaning man needs help, have witnessed a profound change. From a structure held up by pegs to a block built to last, the future of education in this community is finally on solid ground. Anna Sabit, Joy News.
Well, Unilever Ghana has teamed up with the Ghana Health Service to boost oral health awareness across the country. As part of preparations towards World Oral Health Day, they are training frontline health workers to educate communities on proper oral hygiene. The initiative will see oral health education integrated into community health. There's more in the following report.
Oral diseases are a global health crisis affecting 3.5 billion people. That's one of the most common non-communicable diseases. Closer to home, Ghanaians need to know the risk of poor oral hygiene. Unilever stepping up with a bold move, partnering with Ghana Health Service to train frontline health workers on oral care ahead of World Oral Health Day. Unilever Ghana's MD Chris Wolf-Caesar says they will train 5,000 to 10,000 health workers nationwide to spread their quote, "Do the two" message, brush twice daily for healthy teeth and gums.
Our ambition today is to ensure that oral health education reaches every Ghanaian community, including those that are often the hardest to access, from Binduri in the Upper East region to Jilakope in the Oti region, and everywhere in between. So by Unilever Ghana partnering with the Ghana Health Service, we are able to embed oral health education into an existing and trusted public health system. Together, we will train 5,000 to 10,000 frontline health personnel to promote oral care. This partnership also strengthens the impact of our Do the Two, which encourages Ghanaians to brush twice daily.
The Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Professor Samuel Kaba Akoria, emphasized the significance of the collaboration and reaffirmed the commitment of health personnel to fully support and implement the initiative.
This collaboration, which emphasizes on prevention, health education, and tax sharing through the involvement of non-oral health professionals, is a commendable and timely initiative. It represents a practical and forward-looking approach to oral health disease. On behalf of the Ghana Health Service, I assure you of our technical leadership, oversight, and commitment to ensuring that this collaboration contributes to improved oral health outcomes for communities across the country.
The partnership between Unilever and Ghana Health Service is expected to strengthen oral health education nationwide by equipping frontline health workers to promote better hygiene practices and help reduce oral diseases across communities. For Joy News, Mavis Kabako's report read to you.
Yeah, we're still celebrating women. You see,
we are?
forgot. Yeah, yesterday there was so much going on. We couldn't, really celebrate women.
Okay.
I'm starting mine this evening, celebrating all the people that are making a work in this country, that are putting Ghana on the map, that are putting in the work and ensuring that we are here. I have few people on my list. David, if
Am
you
I
have,
on your list?
I don't know.
You better put me on that
Derek,
list,
if you
Becky.
have some of the pictures, just put them on for me. Let's celebrate all these beautiful women. That's Esther on your screen. Esther is a production assistant. She's also a journalist here at the Multimedia Group.
Yeah.
Esther, the beautiful Esther, is actually behind the scenes as I'm talking to you. She is the one currently rolling the prompter for us. We celebrate you, Esther, for all the beautiful things that you've been doing for us here at the Multimedia Group, especially in the newsroom. We appreciate you, and God bless you. God bless you so much. Unscripted, actually. So, who's next on our list? Oh, that's Loretta. I call her Miss Loretta. She is also here at the Multimedia Group. She's a journalist. She's also a production assistant. She is taking care of the text that you're seeing on television. It is important that we celebrate all these people who are putting in the work to ensure that we come out solid on TV. Loretta, God bless you. We celebrate you today. We appreciate you here at the Multimedia Group. Continue to do your best. God bless you. God bless you. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Do I have another person on my list?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the beautiful Nana Banamwa. Well, you know, she just wrapped up the Woman of Valor, the London edition. She has been an inspiration in this industry and has inspired a lot of people still putting in the work. And I believe that she needs to be celebrated for who she is and what she has contributed to this industry called the entertainment industry, the media industry. We see you, we love you, and we appreciate everything that you have been doing for us. I hear that Woman of Valor, Fosti, is going all the way to the US for a special edition, and we are here for it. I hope I'm part of the US
and there's one more woman that you're forget. Oh, right. Oh,
that's
no,
you.
That's
so that's Faustina. Hold on. You know, no.
I'm shy.
You know.
Where did you get this picture?
Let me tell you. This is not your slot. So keep quiet. Let me tell you about this woman. She is one of the strongest that I've seen. She puts in the work. She is the beautiful Faustina Sappho. I think that you have not been celebrated enough. And I'm doing that this evening. I'm giving you your flowers. I think that you deserve to.
Where's the flower? I want roses.
You're not taking me serious. That's okay. People don't take me serious. That's the problem.
Oh, no.
But I mean it from the bottom of my heart.
Becky.
Yeah, all these people. We'll be continuing, this session tomorrow.
Okay.
And I appreciate more people on not just Joy News, but, across the world. I hope that you make the list. But this evening, let's move away from Faustina Sappho. Oh, that's a cute picture. What's the okay? That's the microphone right there.
Yeah.
And a little brooch.
I think I like wine.
You love the brooch. You love brooch.
Yeah, I do.
You have another brooch on.
Yes, now. Another one as well.
Obviously, the glasses has changed. What happened to the glasses, though?
Becky, leave me alone.
Well, let's talk about Juliet Ibrahim, another powerful woman in movies and film. She stopped by Showbiz A to Z with Kwame Daze, and she's been talking about her movie, and we thought to bring it to you here on Joy News. I'm so grateful that you can have me on your set this evening. I'm always grateful. It's not easy. I'm always grateful.
Becky.
But you're supposed to say something. Oh, you forgot.
Okay. That's how we wrap up the bulletin, people. For more news, please log on to myjoyonline.com.
It's Bustillo. Yeah, so we leave you with Becca, who is giving us, the most powerful song that women can ever have. Woman. Log on to myjoyonline.com. We leave you with Becca. Bye.
Beautiful woman.